Hey guys, today we are going to see auto scaling in detail. We'll be having a lab session as well. But before getting our hands dirty, let's check out the theory session. So auto scaling, this was one of the revolutionary concept and offering from AWS. This is still a game changer. Everybody on the cloud service offering front, they started to copy this approach. So what is this auto scaling? Auto scaling helps you to maintain application availability and allows you to scale your Amazon EC2 capacity up or down automatically according to conditions you define. You can use auto scaling to help ensure that you are running your desired number of Amazon EC2 instances. Auto scaling can also automatically increase the number of Amazon EC2 instances during a demand spike to maintain performance and decrease capacity during lulls to reduce cost. So that's what auto scaling is all about. Think about this. You have something like a web application running on multiple EC2 instances. Let's say two EC2 instances, and then you have an elastic load balancer controlling the traffic and distributing it evenly to your EC2 instances. And whenever there is a huge demand, think about this. You are expecting a huge traffic, network traffic, and things are going to fall apart. And that time, if auto scaling is enabled, based on your launch configurations, if you are defining some parameters or conditions in such a way that if there is a huge network traffic, or if there is a spike in the CPU utilization, you want to go ahead and launch one more EC2 instance which will host the same web application. It's gonna happen. And whenever there is a reduction, or there is a decrease in the network traffic, AWS or auto scaling setup, it will be automatically detecting this, and accordingly it will kill off that extra session, extra EC2 instance. So that's what auto scaling is really capable of. The possibilities are endless. And let me tell you guys, this is one of the revolutionary design, and people tend to follow this approach, and to handle those spiky situations, spiky demands. So auto scaling is well suited both to applications that have stable demand patterns, or that experience hourly, daily, or weekly variability in usage. So how are you going to create it inside the console? You will have to do two things. You will have to start it with launch configurations. You will have to set your configurations. You will have to select your AMI. You will have to select your what you call EC2 instance type, and so on. And then you will have to create the auto scaling group as well. So this is the two-step process, and join me in the AWS console. We are going to do it in a lab session now. So here I've logged into my AWS console, and we'll have to navigate to EC2 section, EC2 dashboard. Look up for your auto scaling section, and under that you can see launch configuration and auto scaling group. So as I said, let's start with launching the configurations. We'll have to put things in launch configuration first. So here you can see the things, benefits of auto scaling: reusable instance templates, automated provisioning, adjustable capacity, variable capacity. Due to you can define your own condition, and per that condition, EC2 instance will be now launched. It will scale up and scale down. So here it says you can use auto scaling to manage Amazon EC2 capacity automatically, maintain the right number of instances for your application, operate a healthy group of instance, and scale it up according to your needs. So benefits are endless, guys. Your web application will be stable. You are maintaining it at the optimum level, and the cost benefits are an added advantage. So there are whole bunch of benefits if you are using auto scaling groups. So let's click on auto scaling group. Create auto scaling group button. So it will tell you this is the process to create an auto scaling group. You will first need to choose a template that your auto scaling group will use when it launches instances for you. and this is called as the launch configuration. So based on your launch configuration, instances will be launched. It will be treated as a template. Choose a launch configuration to create a new one, and then apply it to your group. So that's what we'll have to do first. We'll have to create a launch configuration, and then we'll have to create a auto scaling group. So first define a template that your auto scaling group will use to launch instances. You can change your group's launch configuration at any point in time, and then once we are done with creating the launch configuration, we can go ahead and create auto scaling groups. So give your group name a and specify how many instances you want to run in it. So there is the condition. You'll have to define your condition, how many instances you need to run on that thing. So your group will maintain this number of instances and replace any that become unhealthy or impaired. So if something happens and one of the instances is going down, then auto scaling will come into the picture, and it's gonna handle that situation wisely. If one instance is down, it's gonna launch one more instance, and it's gonna replace the bad instances with a newly launched one. You can optionally configure your group to adjust in capacity according to demand in response to Amazon CloudWatch metrics. So there is this seamless integration possible with Amazon CloudWatch. You can set events, and then auto scaling group will take actions on that. So let's go ahead and click on create launch configuration. So this is the first step, guys. Remember this. I'm gonna click on free tier. I'll say Amazon, and I'm gonna stick with a T2 micro because that's my intention. I'm gonna launch two T2 micro instances on which I have my web page or web application hosted. So let's see next. So this is not creation of what do you call EC2 instance, but this is creating the launch configuration. So let me say something like my LC launch configuration purchase option. We don't need it. We are not gonna do it for sport instances. IAM role, I don't need any. Monitoring, I don't need the detailed monitoring, and enabling the CloudWatch, it will come with extra charges. So here advanced details, we can do something. We have never discussed about the boot scripts, right? So boot script, it's a great way to minimize your workload. All you can do is under user data, you can put this script. This is the boot script which I'm gonna use. I'm not gonna use it for this lab, but if you are using it, you can save a hell lot of time. Like you don't need to log into EC2 instance. You don't need to manually install HTTPD server on that. You don't need to manually create index.html, and then you don't need to start the HTTPD service as well. So if you put it, the moment the EC2 instance is booted up, right after that it's gonna run these commands. So that's what it does. And bin shebang bin bash, it is my interpreter. I am manually defining the interpreter, and then yum update y, it will forcefully install the updates for all the current packages. We have yum install httpd y, which is gonna install httpd service or a web server on our EC2 host. I'm saying echo hi, this is auto scaling lab, and I'm putting it inside index.html, and I'm placing it under a var www html directory. Service HTTPD start will make sure that HTTPD service is started. Then check config HTTPD on. I'm gonna put it here because whenever we are restarting the EC2 instance after the reboot, I want HTTPD service to automatically come up. So this is the script, boot script, which you can use, and you can blindly copy it and paste it into user data. But for the lab, I'm not gonna do it because I'll tell you how to do it. If you're not using the boot script, you will have to manually log into the terminal and run these commands. That's all about the boot script, guys. And IP address, I'm gonna leave things as such. I'm not gonna do anything here. Let's go ahead and add storage. Let's launch the EC2 instance with the basic size. the fundamental size, or the basic one is 8 GB. I'm gonna stick with that, and let's click on review. I'm gonna open SSH, and I'm gonna add let's use our we have already created this web server security group, so I'm gonna use that. Remember, I have this HTTP turned on, HTTPS on, SSH on. So I'm gonna say review, and so we have selected the AMI Amazon instance, and whatever we have selected, you can you get to review it here. I'm gonna click on launch, and here I have to select my what do you call key pair. I'm gonna say Linux EC2 public key. I'm gonna acknowledge it. I'm gonna launch the config group. So once it is done, it's directly taking me to auto scaling group creation. So I'm gonna say auto scaling group. So let's start with two EC2 instances. I want index.html on both the instance. So network, we don't have anything other than the default VPC. I'm gonna stick with that. Subnet also, let's select both. So in Mumbai region, I have got AP South 1A and AP South 1B. These are the available regions, so I'm gonna select both the subnets. And advanced details, I can define load balancing options here. So here you can select your load balancer. If you guys have already created it, I have created it, and this is from our previous lab. So I'm gonna select that, and that's all we can do here. Health check type, you can directly hit the EC2 instance, and instance protection and all, we don't need to worry about it. So here the next page, you get to choose, or you get to set your own conditions. So use scaling policies to adjust the capacity of this group. So scaling policies are the important part. Scale between number of instances, it's clearly mentioned here. You can set your own lower limit and upper limit. So the auto scaling group, it launches that many instances between that particular what do you call a slot. And these will be minimum and maximum size of our group, so you can define those. And then the important section is here, increase group size. So you can set your own condition for increasing the group size. So I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna change the name. So here we have something called as execute policy when. So let's add a new alarm. I'm not gonna do this. Whenever the average of CPU utilization is more than 80%, then for at least one consecutive period of let's say 5 minutes, then it's gonna launch one more instance. And then decrease group size, you can define the conditions over there as well. So I'm gonna create a new alarm. I'm gonna say average CPU utilization is less than or equal to let's say 60%, for at least one consecutive period of 5 minutes. I'm gonna take this notification out, and I'm gonna click on create. So remove one instance. So that's how the setup is, and I'm gonna click on next. I don't need to configure the tags now, but it's a great way to move things. I mean, keep things under your control. I'm gonna click on create. I'm gonna give it some time. It says it has successfully created our auto scaling instance. So let's go back to EC2 instance dashboard, and let's say here you get see two instances are launching, because we have already set the condition, minimum 2 instances should be up and running. So let's wait until these things are launched. So both the instances are launched, and this is part of your auto scaling launch configuration and auto scaling groups. You have defined the minimum limit of running instances as 2. That's why it has launched 2 EC2 instances based on your selection. So in case if you are wondering, we did put our boot script in place, but if you are not feeling comfortable, let's log into both the instance, and let's do the things manually. Let's update the packages. Let's install httpd server, web server on it, and then let's create an index.html on the um, HTML directory under var www directory as well. So here is my first EC2 instance. I'm gonna do yum install httpd, let it get installed. So this is complete, so I'm gonna navigate quickly to var www HTML directory. So let's create a index.html file. I'm gonna say cat, call this file as index.html. I'll enter this is I'm gonna say control D, and I'll make sure that this HTTPD service is running fine without any issues. So I'm gonna say service HTTPD start. I'm gonna check the status, it is running. So I'm gonna go over to the next EC2 box, and this is my second EC2 instance. I'll do the same thing over there as well. So I'll start with yum install httpd -y. I'm gonna wait until that is complete. So this is complete. Let me quickly clear the screen. Let's go to cd var www HTML directory, and quickly create the same file over there as well, index.html. I'm gonna say this is auto scaling. I'm gonna save this. I'll have to start the service httpd start. I'm gonna check the status of this. So it is running now. So let's go back to our console and quickly identify the public IP and hit those IP address. So this is my first instance, and we can see the index.html over there, and our second instance, it's this, and it is broadcasting the same page whatever we have created during our terminal session. So what I'm gonna do next is let's try to simulate this worst scenario wherein something happens to your EC2 instance and one goes down. So let's stop this instance just to simulate something happened with one of your instance, something goes down, and let's see how it's gonna react. Give it some time, guys. Auto scaling group will be watching this. It will be polling the health of your underlying EC2 sessions or EC2 instances, and if it identifies an issue, it's going to launch a default what do you call EC2 instance with the same setup. So now it has identified that something went wrong. I mean something went wrong with your one of your EC2 instance, and it is automatically launching this instance. You can see that it is still in the initializing phase. So the boot script which we have used, it might be in effect. We have given it some time, and let's verify the IP address. It's 198. Let's hit this, and yeah, there it is, guys. I mean we have not done anything on this instance, but using the what do you call boot script. It has created the file, and it has installed the HTTPD service. It has started it, and it is broadcasting it now. So whenever something happens to your base group, I mean the launch configuration of the auto scaling group, it'll use the launch configuration, and it's gonna launch another EC2 instance with the same setup. So that's all about auto scaling, guys. Let me know in case of any concerns. I'll see you in the next video.